Hi, my name is James Nielsen, and this video is for my FTT111 Week 1 Practical Application Assignment. And today's date is May 17th, 2024. In today's video, I'll be discussing the procedures to perform a proper functions check, and I'll be discussing the cycle of operations for my AR-15. All right, before we get started, I just wanted to say that I have verified that my workbench and workspace is clear of any live ammunition. I do have these two snap caps here to aid us in the cycle of operations and functions check later in the video. All right, now we can go ahead and verify that this firearm is clear and safe. By pointing in a safe direction, we'll go ahead and remove our magazine. No live ammunition present in our magazine. We can go ahead and lock our bolt to the rear. With the bolt to the rear, we can go ahead and physically and visually ensure that there is no live ammunition present, which there is none. This firearm is clear and safe. We can now go ahead and begin our dry functions check. To perform the dry functions check, you're going to want to manipulate the action slowly while feeling for the unlocking, cocking, and relocking of the bolt. So pull slowly, just felt it unlock. And as we pull to the rear, we would feel a little bit of resistance and we would hear some clicks as the hammer and sear engage, but the hammer is already engaged at this point. And then as we follow through, we'll come back and we'll feel for that relocking. And now our dry functions check is complete. All right, now that our dry functions check is complete, we can go ahead and move on to a functions check with snap caps. To do that, we'll take our two snap caps, place them into our magazine. And before I place the magazine into the rifle, I'm gonna go ahead and show clear. Visually and physically, verifying that there's no live ammunition present, this firearm is clear and safe. Now I'll go ahead and place our magazine into the magazine well. And just as we did with the dry functions check, we're going to manipulate the action slowly. And we're going to be watching for the feeding, extracting, and ejecting stage of the cycle of operations. So as I pull the bolt to the rear, the first round will come up in line, and the bolt will push it into the chamber. And once the bolt is locked in place, the extractor has actually grabbed the rim of that case already. So now in our rearward motion of the action, the extraction begins. And then once the round has cleared, the ejector is a sprung ejector. We'll push that round out, and then we'll begin our feeding stage all over again. Feeding, extracting, and ejecting. Now that we've completed the initial functions check, both dry and with snap caps, now we'll go ahead and perform the functions check at speed. To do that, we'll place our snap caps back into our magazine. And before I place the magazine into the rifle, we'll go ahead and verify clear. Visually and physically ensuring there's no live ammunition present, this firearm is clear and safe. Now we'll go ahead and load our magazine into our magazine well. Now we're gonna operate the action at speed. Bolt locks to the rear. Everything worked as it should. And now that we've completed the initial functions check, both dry and with snap caps, we can go ahead and move on to testing the fire control group. All right, now to test the fire control group, we're going to go ahead and use our snap caps again, and we'll place them into our magazine. Now before I place the magazine into the rifle, I will yet again show clear. Visually and physically inspecting to verify there's no live ammunition present, this firearm is clear and safe. Now to test the fire control group, we'll go ahead and load our magazine. And we'll go ahead and feed around into the chamber. Now with the safety in the on position, we'll go ahead and pull the trigger. And nothing should happen. Now we'll go ahead and remove the safety and pull the trigger again. And we hear it fire. Now we'll go ahead and cycle the bolt. And we should be able to hear the reset. And there it is, the reset. And as you saw, the round ejected. So now with the safety off, we're gonna go ahead and take a mallet and we're just gonna tap on our receiver. Just kind of give a couple taps here and there. Nothing happened. Now we'll go ahead and put the gun on safe and we'll hammer it again. And nothing should happen. And that is how you test your fire control group. All right, now lastly, we'll go over the cycle of operations of the AR-15. To go ahead and do that, we will place our snap caps into our magazine. And just as before, we'll go ahead and verify the weapon is clear and safe. Visually and physically ensuring there is no live ammunition present, this firearm is clear and safe. Now we go ahead and place our magazine into our magazine well and begin our cycle of operations. As I pull the charging handle to the rear, we begin our feeding stage. And then we'll go into our chambering and locking. And now we are ready to fire. With the firearm on safe, nothing will happen. If we remove the safety to fire, we can go ahead and fire. Now once we fire, the bullet will travel down the barrel and the gases will reach the gas block, come up through the gas tube into the gas key, where it'll reach the gas chamber, forcing the bolt to the rear, which will then unlock, extract, and eject our first round, which then begins our feeding, chambering, and locking. And then we can go ahead and listen for our reset. There's our reset, and now we can go ahead and fire again. And then the process starts all over again. So as we come to the rear, we unlock, extract, eject, and we cock the hammer. We are out of ammo, so our bolt locks to the rear, and that is the cycle of operations of an AR-15. Now that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.